Hey, what's going on, Aries? This is Brandon over at Well Intuitive. I'm going to do a weekend energy read for you guys for the days of July 12th through the 14th. Just a little bit of advice to help you get through the weekend. The way we're going to do it is going to take it by the different kinds of Aries that might be out there. Aries singles, Aries in a couple or married, and Aries that are complicated. Like you're not here, you're not there, you're kind of like undecided or whatever right now. We're going to pull two cards for each of them. It's fluid, so you can take information from either one of the stacks. But let's have some fun and hopefully get you guys some good information to get through the weekend. None of it's like, if you do this, you're going to be fine, but if you don't do this, you're doomed. No, it's not like that at all. This is just something maybe to help you, assist you. You don't have to abide by it. It's not like it's going to ruin your weekend if you don't, okay? It's just out of love, guys. Just a little bit of love guidance, all right? Aries! Oh my God, war fans out there with the R's, any out there. But I love you guys. I'm a Taurimini. I'm on the Taurus Gemini cusp. But for some reason, Aries comes into play in a lot of my readings. I probably have it in my natal chart somewhere. What do we have for Aries for the weekend of July 12th? Boop. Look at that. Okay. So first out for my singles. We're going to be looking at our home environment, making sure that we're comfortable in our home environment, maybe even trying to build that home environment. If you've been single for a while and you got your eye on somebody, let's start making moves towards that direction, or just towards grounding ourselves within our homes. Let's make sure that we're comfortable there, that it's a place that we want to live. Okay, if not, then start trying to make some changes or walk towards those changes that you want to make within your home so that you can get like this little guy sitting in his little nook there, okay, with the stars underneath him. But let's make sure that our home is as calm as we want it to be. That's the wonderful thing about Aries is you guys are extremely powerful with making people obey. So make sure that you're trying to make them obey their higher vibration. Let's make sure that you're directing them towards their higher self, because you guys can do that. You can steer things in a positive direction as well. You gods of war, you. Let's make sure that we're nurturing with that Aries ability to empower and be powerful. Okay. Also, for my beautiful Aries out there, this is a difficult card for people to digest. Your faith. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything they say, and that's what I truly feel. Some people need to challenge their belief systems, what they believe to be true in their world. You don't have to go to church and say that God is yours, your Savior, blah blah blah, all that crap. No, but realize that if you abide by science, then everything did start from one single point of energy and is still coming from it. Like if you subscribe to the Big Bang, we don't even know if the bang happened yet. So we are still part of that energy that is creating this universe and created it. So find your faith in that. Connect yourself with the divine by realizing that the divine is not named God. Okay, the divine can be called that. It's a good nickname, but the divine is the divine. The divine is through you, through me, through everything that you see around you. It's not just at church. It's not just here, there, in this book or that book. Don't worry about tying yourself to any religion to build your faith. Make sure you're building your faith in your belief, what you believe to be true within you. Study the facts, realize what you know to be true and what you don't, and start trying to find those answers within yourself. If you want to go and look at some external sources for inspiration or for a good direction to point your head in, do that. But don't get caught up in dogma, okay? But do start working on believing in something, okay? That's for you singles out there. That's oddly deep for just a weekend. Whatever. Make sure you're paying attention to your world around you, the universe around you this weekend, my single Aries, because they're obviously trying to show you something. All right? Even if your faith is in your dog, have faith in that dog to be divine. Next up for my Aries in love, they're keeping it simple for the Aries in love. Do everything with love this weekend. Don't let the war take over you this weekend. Don't let the rage and the wrath get a hold of you this weekend, or things might blow up in your face and go completely left from where you wanted them to go right. Let's make sure that you're exercising your heart chakra as much as possible, even if you have to grit your teeth and say, I love you so I won't choke you. Do that, okay? Make sure you're doing everything from a position of love. Make sure that you're finding that love in anybody who you might be upset with if you can. Because that's what's going to save you from going into that well of despair and being a lot more lascivious than maybe you intend to be. Okay? Stay in love. Don't be mean this weekend, Aries. We know you got that in spades. Surprise them. Surprise the heck out of them. And show them that love that they love to feel. Because you guys can love just as hard as you can wrath. Oop, wrong stack. Next up for my beautiful Aries out there and couples, married couples, or just couples, sorry. You're going to want to use loving communication this weekend. That way you can avoid any confusion, any animosity will be avoided by graceful, loving communication this weekend. Even if you have to tie your wrathful conscious into a closet somewhere in the subconscious, do that so that you can communicate clearly, you can express yourself in a beautiful way instead of coming out harshly or just barking out what you want to say. Let's make sure that you're spilling your words. Let's make sure we're pouring our words instead of spilling them. Okay? Be graceful as much as you can this week, Team Aries. I know you guys can do it because I've seen it. I know you guys can tear somebody's head off from their feet too, so there's also that. But you can take that energy in whichever direction you choose to, because energy is fluid just like time. So realize that in yourselves and avoid the turmoil by being the deterrent. All right? And lastly, for my beautiful, beautiful Aries, we're going to do one from the top, or actually, since this one came from the top, the way I like to do the complicated draw is take one from the top and one from the bottom. So this one flopped out earlier, but we'll take one from the bottom as well to complement it. Okay, so for you guys out there complicated, maybe you're on the side, maybe you have someone on the side, or maybe you're just in between right now with the person, not really sure where you guys are going. I'm not going to tell you whether you should go this way or that, but this is what's going to assist you in making a sound decision, making the best decision for you right now. And that's going to be where your inspiration is. Where's your heart inspiring you to go? If this person and your goals and aspirations aren't on the same trajectory, then you're going to have conflict if they're going in opposite directions. Eventually, you're going to have inner conflict because what you're wanting to do and who you're wanting to do that with are diverging. They're two completely different zip codes from where you want them to be. That you want this kind of trajectory as much as you can. I know it's not always lined up, but you want to make sure that your inspiration and who you want that inspiration to play out with is going at least in the same direction. Okay? So let's use that's why this color this card is the color of the crown, is because that's it. You know, that's going to be your inspiration is going to take you in the direction that it's supposed to. And if that person is supposed to come with you, then they'll come with you. But make sure that you're being inspired in all your decisions. If you don't feel inspired to do something this weekend, don't do it. Don't do it just because you want to go out and do something, because it probably won't end the way you want it to. Or it'll have consequences down the road that you'll look back and say, man, I wish I never did that. So let's make sure that we're making all of our decisions with inspiration this weekend. With that zeal that fires up from in here like, ooh, yeah, that sounds like such a good idea. Okay? And also, let's be careful about our money this weekend, all right? Like I said, if it's not an inspired decision, it's probably going to be a waste of money. So let's make sure that we're being careful about what we place our investments into this weekend. You know, not all that glitters is gold. Sometimes you got a real shiny turd on your hands. So let's make sure that we're spending wisely this weekend, okay? And doing things that, if we're following our inspiration, it's going to take us to money. So let's make sure that we're building on on the things that inspire us too, our passions, things that we love to do. Okay, and that's going to take you in a fantastic direction. All right, throughout the weekend. But that's really all I have for you for now. Aries, you guys are beautiful. There's a lot of great energy out on this table. It looks like a rainbow. I kind of like this. But you guys are doing fantastic. Keep up the good work and keep surprising yourselves with coming out of what people expect you to do and doing things out of love and really getting under their skin by showing them a whole brand new Aries. All right. I love you guys. Stay safe and have fun this weekend. I'll talk to you soon with the weekly energy reading as well. But peace. Namaste.